Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. Good morning everyone. My name is Aditya Ramadandi. My ID number 182122103. I am from class C. In this video, I will present my research. The title is Correlational Study Between Students' Habit of Watching English Movie and Their Vocabulary Mastery. The first slide is background. And I will explain about background. It is essential to master vocabulary since vocabulary is one of the key to mastering the four facets of language skill to read and the write. Sadly, many individuals are still poor. Also, students claim that vocabulary is difficult to learn since English is a foreign language for them. Therefore, they are not used to English words, and this creates problems such as students are afraid to speak, so they don't know what word they can ask, but they are lazy is to read English books because there are so many words that they don't know. They are strong about the sense of vocabulary. And the next slide, research question. Is there any correlation between student habits of watching English with their vocabulary? I find out. And then I'm of the research. The research I observe whether there is a correlation between watching English movie with vocabulary mastery. And the use of the research, watching English movie over an interesting technique in presenting the language through the watching. Students can learn new word, and if watching movie become their habit, they can enrich their vocabulary. The next slide is operation definition. Movie. The next slide is operation definition. Number 1, watching English movie. Movie is not only used for entertainment purpose but also education. It can be an effective media in technique learning process because it stimulus education both receptive skill and productive skill. Movie can present information, explain the process and complex concept, teach skill and fluent attitude. And the next, vocabulary mastery is vocabulary is not only word. When we talk about vocabulary, it means that we talk the word. There are some different ways to think about vocabulary: meaning, pronunciation, collection, expression, synonym, antonym, and homonym. Yes. And the next slide is literature review. Number 1, movie is called film or motion picture is a story compared with moving image. It is produced by recording photography imaging with cameras, creating images using animation technique or visual effect. Movie records physical reality, but since it differently from ordinary human experiences. Movie is not only Movie, also known as film, are are a type of visual communication which we use moving pictures and sound to tell stories or inform, help people to learn. So, uh, if the learn like watching movie, especially English movie, why they not try to watch movie in English? The learners can have fun and at and at the same time learn a lot of English. Okay, the next point, uh, until literature review. According to Head and Brown, as quoted by Budi, the term vocabulary refers to a list or a set of words for particular language, or a list words that individual speakers of language use. It mean many vocabulary that we use to speak with other people. Every language have different language, so that the learning vocabulary is important thing to learn foreign language. And the next point is research procedures. The research procedure is the questionnaire were given to the 5-4 respondents, and the next the test will the give after the questionnaire in the second meeting. The research procedure is questionnaire. The questionnaire were given to the 5-4 respondent. The questionnaire will give the first meeting. The questionnaire consists of three parts. The first is frequency of student, uh, and then repetition of watching, the third prize, automatic behavior of watching. And the number 2, test. The test will be given after the questionnaire in the second meeting. The test consists of 20 question. The questions are based on the vocabulary material. The student will get a possible score 0 and perfect. Yes. And the next slide is research methodology. The research methodology, there is research design. Research design, I make correlation, and then the population and sample. There is 5 to 4 students of the research the 11th grade at SMAN 1 Bantar Kalong. And the data collection, I make questionnaire and test, and the data analysis. The data analysis was analysis by using correlation research method. Okay, that's all for me. Thank you for watching, and see you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.